Welcome to the Misophonia podcast. This is episode 224. My name is Adil Rahman, and I have Misophonia. This week, I'm talking to Michelle, an animator and 3D artist based in Malta, one of the most population-dense places in Europe. After discovering her misophonia and realizing how Malta's constant noise amplified her struggles, Michelle channeled her experience into an immersive art project. Working with a local focus group of people with misophonia, she created a short animated film designed to let others experience what we go through, complete with trigger sounds and unsettling visuals using a unique printing technique called Risograph. The project opens at a gallery in Malta and will eventually hit the film festival circuit. We also talk about her ADHD diagnosis, how moving to quiet Denmark gave her relief, and what it's like navigating misophonia on a tiny, crowded island. After the show, let me know what you think. You can reach out by email at hello@misophoniapodcast.com or hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at Misophonia Podcast. By the way, please do head over, leave a quick rating wherever you listen to the show. It really helps drive us up in the algorithms. If you want to come on the show, you can easily go to misophoniapodcast.com and click the Be a Guest link. That'll get you right into my calendar. All right. Now here's my conversation with Michelle. Michelle, welcome to the podcast. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this. First of all, do you want to tell us a little bit about where you're located and then a little bit about what you do?
So I'm based in my home country, Malta. I work as a freelancer, doing 3D layout and previs, mainly for 3D TV shows and feature films, which are mainly targeted towards kids. And on the side, I just do my own personal projects and just do my best to try to bring them to life.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the artist struggle, but no, that sounds great. Well, I mean, I heard about yours through I think I have Google alerts set up for Misophonia news, and there was press about your work. I mean, I guess, do you want to talk a little bit about your work related to misophonia?
Yeah, so I found out that I had misophonia a few years ago, and I didn't really know it was called misophonia. I just knew that when I kind of sat down to share a meal with people, I would get really irritated for no reason at all, or just really, really incredibly overwhelmed by certain sounds or noises, like the sound of other people breathing. And I thought, wow, I'm being really, really unfair to these people because they're just breathing, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, as you do, I stumbled across it when I was on the internet, and it just clicked into place, wow, I had no idea that other people also suffers from misophonia. And so this project has been a year and a half in the making. And it kind of, the idea came to me because, so Malta is a really small place. I don't know if you know anything about it, but we're a really tiny island.
And I know it's an island that's tiny. That's right. That's fascinating that you do work for, you do artwork for. I mean, it sounds like you have your own production studios and stuff there, or do you generally do work for outside Malta?
I mainly work for foreign clients.
Oh, foreign clients, yeah, okay.
Yeah. There aren't that many animation studios in Malta. It's a growing industry here.
Yeah. All right, back to Malta and misophonia. Sorry.
No, so we're really small, and we are a ton of people living here. We are one of the most population dense areas in the world, I think. Definitely in Europe, potentially maybe the world.
What is the population of Malta?
I think it's definitely 500,000.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound like a lot.
Yeah.
But if you had to come here, you'd understand.
Yeah.
Mainly because of our infrastructure, it kind of really pushes us all close together.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what U.S. city so Malta, the whole island is comparable in size to smaller U.S. cities like Chicago or Washington, D.C. So people listening, imagine your entire country is an island the size of, a city like Chicago. That's, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no escape.
Yeah, right.
Like there's nowhere to go for like a spot of quiet or anything like that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Um, and then I moved to, like 8 years ago, I moved to Denmark for my studies.
Mm.
And it was insane how quiet it was. It was just so quiet. And all of a sudden I felt so much better. Because it's not just like the sounds of like other people eating or breathing, it's also the sounds of traffic or just like these really loud, repetitive noises, which are here daily.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like this sudden pressure, just like this invisible pressure, like removed. And it's true that I used to live in a really small town in Denmark. I used to live in Viborg, which is like this very small, quaint university
Mm-hmm.
town.
Mm-hmm.
But then I moved to Copenhagen, which is the capital city, and it was still extremely quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like having this this comparison. So every time I'd come home to visit and then go back to Denmark and then come home to visit, and it used to drive me up the wall. So I just kind of wanted to make this immersive project that would invite other people to experience misophonia the way we in Malta experience misophonia, like those of us who have it. So I actually made this project with a very small focus group where I took their experiences and opinions on like what bothered them and what really drove them up the wall and what they would like this project to communicate. And then created like this 2 to 3 minute animation that's going to be exhibited at Spazio Creative like for 6 weeks, starting from next Thursday. And it's going to be like projected in this really small, dark, claustrophobic room where people can put on headphones and like see the projection and just really be like immersed in this overwhelming feeling so that they can see for themselves what it's like.
Yeah. And so when they put the headphones on, are they hearing triggers or is it some other stimulation?
It's all triggers.
Yeah.
Basically, the focus group and I and our moderator, we just like took a
Yeah.
list of all the sounds
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
really bother us, and we're like, yeah, this is you listen to it now.
Yeah. No, I like that. I mean, forced exposure therapy for the sake of art is an experience in itself. And then the visuals, are they, visual triggers like that many of us have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Misokinesia.
So like when I was doing the design for this project, I wanted the visuals to be as upsetting as the noise and as powerful as the noise. And I really went for this kind of niche animation style called Riso animation. So I don't know if you know anything about Risograph printing. So it's a form of printmaking. It's kind of like marrying a office printer with screen printing. So it's a form of like mechanical screen printing. And this really adds like this beautiful grain and noise and like jitter to the images. And because you have to print color by color, so you can't print all the colors at once, it's layer by layer, there's always an opportunity for like misregistration between the colors. So it creates these imperfections that make the final image like more beautiful to me.
Yeah.
So we animated the whole project, printed it, took photos, and then re-edited back into the final video just to add like this extra layer of like annoyance to it.
Yeah. Wow, fascinating. Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to see that. And that's exhibiting in Malta, so anyone can who's in Malta. So it sounds like so you had focus groups locally in Malta.
Yes.
With people who had. So how did you find people with misophonia? I'm curious in Malta.
So I posted to a lot of like Facebook forums. So I posted to like ADHD Malta or expats in Malta or Women for Women in Malta. So illustrators in Malta. So I basically just posted around until people replied saying, hey, this sounds like me. Or, hey, I didn't know I had misophonia, but I resonate heavily with this. So I guess I do. Stuff like that.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. No, that's and how did you approach I'm sure there's a lot of people doing misophonia art. Did you approach the gallery after the work was complete, or was this kind of like early on when you had the idea?
No, I approached the gallery before when I was still in like my proposal stage.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like an annual call for projects. So I pitched it to them. They liked it. We had a talk to like discuss it further in depth. And then they were on board with it, and they've been really, really helpful. Like they were the ones who suggested that I make this project with a focus group
Yeah.
to have like a more community aspect. So it's not just like my perspective, but also other people's perspective.
Right. Right. Very cool. No, that sounds great. I'd love to, yeah, be in touch and see how that progresses, and send some pictures on the opening night, and be curious. Hopefully, yeah, I'm sure it's going to get a great reaction. Do you want to know? I guess, do you want to? I'd be curious to hear. Maybe rewinding back to, you said when you first found out it had a name, but curious, when did it start for you? Was it early on in childhood, like it is so for so many of us, or?
Uh, I mean, I think I realized like specific sounds are bothering me when I was about like a teenager, so maybe around
Mm-hmm.
15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as I got older, I did notice that when my mental health is not doing so well, it tends to bother me more. And I wasn't doing very well as a teenager because there's always like a lot of pressure when you're a teenager to do well in school, amongst like other things.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just tends to like oscillate. Like it's always there, but it tends to oscillate a lot with how I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah, yeah. It does. I mean, I know stress is an exacerbator, and there are a lot of comorbid conditions, anxiety and whatnot that tend to come along with misophonia. How did were your triggers mainly at home when it was starting out?
Um, yeah, I think just like the biggest one was like family meals.
Yeah,
Like I love eating with other people and it's something I really enjoy doing, but it can get a lot. So I usually have
yeah,
to take like frequent breaks
yeah.
or leave early or just not do it as often as I would like.
Right, right. Did your I guess, what did your family think? Like, or how were your reactions? Were you just kind of like, bottling it up,
I'm
and
Yeah, I
or
mean I don't think I
screaming?
communicated it very well.
Yeah,
Um it wasn't like, guys, this specific noise is bothering me. It's more like I would just like let it build up and build up, have an outburst, and your family goes, they're just a teenager,
yeah.
and life continues until it happens again.
Gotcha. Did you have siblings as well?
Yeah, I have an older
Uh,
sister.
oh, okay, okay. And then she was. I guess how was she? Reacting to your.
I don't think she has the same like
Yeah,
problem as me with regards to this. Like I don't think anyone in my family gets as bothered as I do.
yeah. And what about at school? I mean, were you being triggered at school by the kids, or I don't know, sounds in the classroom?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I
Yeah.
went to a church school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they were relatively strict, so we were quiet when we had to be quiet. Sometimes my class got a bit rowdy,
Yeah.
but it was okay overall, I think.
Yeah. Did you tell your friends at all, or did they know that you were experiencing stuff?
Um, no, I don't think it ever came up, and it's
Yeah.
definitely something I became just like more aware of as I got older.
Yeah.
So now my friends now definitely know because I haven't shut up about it, to be honest. Well, especially
Yeah.
because of like this project.
Well, they better
So
be coming to. Yeah, they better be coming to the show. The very and did you ever go to see a therapist or get any kind of like help for misophonia?
I mean, I've been to therapy, but not like specifically for this, like just for like stuff in general.
Yeah, that's usually
It's
what
like
happens. Is like it's for something else, and then misophonia may or may not come up, but it's usually not even known by the therapist.
um, yeah, I don't remember if my therapist at the time was aware of it or not. I think she might have become aware of it through me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like for me, misophonia is it is definitely an annoyance, and it is something that on a bad day can really push me over the edge to having like a meltdown.
Yeah.
Um, but then like talking to other people, I think I definitely have it on the easier side than like talking to some of the people in my focus group who really, really, really struggle with it.
Yeah,
Um,
gotcha. Yeah. I guess some of those people that you've met. I mean, it must have been. it sounds like you were on those focus groups and they didn't even really know what it was. Have you been kind of following them since then? Like, it's kind of a revelation sometimes when you hear about what misophonia is. Um, I'm kind of curious if it's kind of helped anybody, reach out for help.
Um, well, I think the focus group definitely was like very validating
Yeah.
for all of us, because a lot of them don't really talk about it much
Yeah.
to their closest. Some of them felt a bit like embarrassed about it,
Mm-hmm.
or they just did not want to be labeled as sensitive or like that difficult person because of their
Mm-hmm.
misophonia, where they're like, always taking an issue with something, which we know isn't the case, but maybe the people around them wouldn't
Yeah.
understand that this isn't being a difficult person. It is something that really, really deeply affects us. So I think the focus group was nice to just be in a room with other people like each other, and we're like, hey man, I see your struggle, and you're not overreacting. Like
Right.
the it's not that we want other people to shut up. We just wish the world would be a little bit more considerate and quieter. So it's not that like, no, don't laugh with your friends or go out to eat, or it's more like, don't play music on your phone without headphones in public,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
or like don't honk your
Speakerphones.
car horn unnecessarily, or
Right.
if you have a dog, please don't let your dog bark 24/7.
Right.
Things like that, quality of life things.
Yeah. 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 And in Malta, I mean, how is mental health? I don't know, thought of, taken? Is it kind of like Russia where you don't talk about it, or is it like, some more progressive places where it's more supported?
um I mean, I think awareness definitely is growing, and there's no longer as much of a stigma about going to therapy as there used to be. I think people are understanding more and more like the pressures of daily life, and how sometimes you need that like extra support to be able to get through it or learn how to cope with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think it also just depends on the generation and your circle. But I think it is something that is definitely um, improving overall over here.
Yeah. And do you talk to your parents about misophonia? I know you talk to your friends about it. I'm kind of curious, within your family, does it come up?
I mean, it's been coming up a lot more this past year because of this project.
Yeah.
Um, so I think they are more aware now that certain sounds really, really bother me or overwhelm me and tire me out. And I think it surprises them a bit.
Mm.
Um, because like when I was younger, I tried to be like this. I didn't always manage, but I tried to be this like more easygoing person. Um, and I think now as an adult, where I'm very aware of sensory overload, and I have other sensory issues like outside of misophonia, like certain food textures or the fabric textures really
Mm-hmm.
ick me out. And I am more accommodating to myself now because I'm aware of it. So I think they're just
Yeah.
surprised where I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna deal with this. This bothers me, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
leave or do my best to avoid it.
Go as far as I can in Malta,
Yeah.
without being in the ocean. Interesting. Yeah, and yeah, you're right. A lot of us have other kind of sensory kind of things. Have you heard the term a highly sensitive person?
No, I don't think I have.
It's yeah, it's a I guess it's a trait, and I mean it's not some official diagnosis, but it encompasses some of those feelings, and also just I mean I guess a lot of artists would maybe identify just being able to like read the room um at a higher volume than other, like be able to feel what other people are feeling a lot more intensely than it seems like regular people. I'm curious. So, I mean, about the show. I guess what are your goals for? I mean, other than like awareness, do you have? I guess what's the artist statement, and I guess what would you like to have people experience as they're kind of going through? Because you're gonna get a lot of people who've never had misophonia, but then you've also had, you're going to have people who have misophonia. I'm kind of curious if you have any particular goals that you're trying to get out of them.
Well, the goal is twofold, right? So for people who do have misophonia, I I want them to feel seen. You know, I want them to go, wow, I'm not alone. I'm not like crazy or whatever. Like other people experience this, and it really is as annoying as I feel it is. And then for the people who don't have misophonia, I want them to go, wow, that really sucks. I'm gonna try to be more considerate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Very cool. Yeah, no, I'm very curious to see how it's going to go. Have you looked at other because there's now short films about misophonia various places. There's one from Iran. There's some in the United States. Have you looked around? I guess at some of the other artistic expressions of misophonia, because I love seeing it. I love seeing that folks like yourself and others are using misophonia in art, because I think it's an untapped landscape.
I very deliberately did not look at other people's artwork because I did not want my project to be too derivative of their work.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted it to be a standalone thing where it felt uniquely our experience as people from Malta. And I didn't want the flavor of it to be influenced by outside projects.
Yeah. No, that's smart. And definitely an art project in Malta is gonna be unique on just on that merit alone. I think a lot of people will be curious. Go, what is it like? Yeah, what is it like? What is life like in Malta? So you're saying, so just for people who might want to visit Malta one day, I mean, it seems like it's pretty loud. I don't know, are there any favorite spots that you'd like to go to, and then we can kind of maybe get into a little bit of your coping methods day to day.
Well, I really like to hike. I think we have like some really beautiful hiking spots in Malta.
Oh, I bet.
Like especially in the north, and it's like some of the few times where you can just kind of get away from it all and seek a little modicum of peace and quiet. So if you're into, and they're not like huge hikes, I think they're pretty accessible for most people. So if you're into hiking or if you're into rock climbing, I think Malta is definitely like the place to be. I mean, as for favorite places, this is terrible because I'm really blanking.
No, sorry. Well, I'm curious. Maybe just kind of coping methods day to day. Like, yes, you got some pretty significant headphones. Is that one of your go-tos? I'm assuming, and kind of how do you deal? Also, it sounds like you leave situations too.
I mean, this is actually my girlfriend's because I actually tend to use like noise cancelling. Earbuds because it's just so hot in Malta. I sweat so much under these like over-the-ear headphones because it gets really, really hot in the summer. Right. So just like noise cancelling earbuds, loops.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, that's really about it. There isn't much else I can do.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of your partner, does your partner know about misophonia? I mean, obviously she does. I'm curious, kind of.
Yeah,
how
she's
that
also
dynamic
one of
works.
She doesn't struggle with it at all, and at times I have to be like, "Yol, I'm really sorry. I know you're not doing it intentionally, but can you eat quieter?" And I feel really bad because she's like not eating like with her mouth open or anything. It's just, you know how it is.
Yeah, we know.
And she's really, really patient with me about it. She's also one of the animators on the project.
Okay.
So we were like 3 people who worked on it. It was me, her, and Yasmin, who was the sound designer. So she's very aware of it now.
Yeah. And how did I'm curious. I've got a bit of an audio background. I'm curious, how did the sound designer work? Like, where were you getting the samples from? How did you guys process it and put it together? I'm curious if you know kind of about the
I know nothing about this, to be honest. I left it entirely in her hands.
Okay, yeah.
She was like part of the focus group, so she could also listen to their feedback and their perspective. And then we had like multiple rounds, just like iterating on it. and just trying to make it as overwhelming as possible.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. So everyone's going to get their own headphones at the gallery, and or is it going to be? Is there any version that's kind of just blasting in a room and everyone kind of goes in?
Well, for the opening night, we're having like a screening, so it's going to be in a cinema.
Oh
Um,
wow. Okay.
and then from then on, it's just like on site in the projection room where there'll be like two sets of headphones, so you'll have to take it in turns.
Two at a time. Gotcha. Okay. Very interesting. Um, no, very very cool. Yeah, and so you said okay. I mean, outside of Malta, like you said, Denmark. So this is good to know because people. I'm planning like visits to Europe. So, like Denmark is a quiet place. Is it unusually quiet? Have you traveled to other places in Europe?
I've been around, like most of the holidays I have taken have been in Europe.
Yeah.
I would say it is quieter than a lot of other places,
Okay.
except on public transport.
Okay.
So like the Danish are so quiet,
Yeah.
except on public transport. It's like they turn into completely different people for some reason,
This is good to know. And is it
especially on
the
the 5C bus. So for all my Copenhageners out there on
okay?
the 5C, please shut up.
Shut the F. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And is it what are the violations? Are they generally the speakerphone
Either talking too loud on the phone, the
Yeah.
speakerphone, or just like
Watching
Friday night,
videos.
Saturday night, they just become they drink a lot. It's a very like
Okay.
heavy drinking culture,
Yeah.
and they're very responsible and take public transport home, which is great.
Yeah.
But then they're not very good at like policing their own volume, and
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
indoor
Yeah.
voice just like goes out the window.
Yeah. 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 Interesting. Um. So okay. So I'm curious. I guess your thoughts on misophonia. Like, you've probably done some research on misophonia. Have you thought about or have you learned about where it might be coming from, kind of maybe what were some of the root causes, if any. The jury's still out on specifics. I happen to think it's a combination of many factors. I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever just thought about where you miss why you basically, and kind of why us in general?
Um, well, I don't know about other people, but I have diagnosed ADHD.
Hmm.
So I definitely think my misophonia comes from my neurodivergence, and just the fact that like my body processes things differently from other people. So when I got diagnosed for the first time, because I had to get diagnosed twice, like between Malta and Denmark, unfortunately, I had to do it twice.
Oh, okay.
So I'm double confirmed. So I definitely have it. So there's
Yeah.
no room for doubt. Um, but like my first psychologist said that part of my ADHD is having an oral processing disorder. So I take longer to ingest oral information,
Hmm.
um, to understand it, and it affects the way I speak sometimes because I take long to reply or I swap words when by accident without realizing, or like the beginnings of words.
Hmm.
So I do think like my condition of misophonia just does stem from that issue, that I have a hard time processing sound in general.
Did you always have that oral processing disorder as far as you can remember, or was that also
Um,
something relatively recent?
I'm not sure because I got diagnosed as an adult, and sometimes when you're a kid and you're experiencing these things, you're not going, well, why am I different from everyone else? Why is this
Yeah,
different? You
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I didn't have those like really self-aware thoughts. I was just like, cool, just not really putting two and two together. But now I'm just
Right.
like more aware and cognizant of these issues now that I can
Hmm.
like put a name to it.
How did these two two therapists or two psychologists or audiologists what did they do? Did they prescribe something, or did they give you other, I don't know, ways to deal with it?
Um, they prescribed ADHD medication,
Mm.
which was like a whole journey in itself to like find the right one.
Yeah.
Because I think about 20% of people are treatment resistant.
Hmm.
So not every medication will be right for you, either because it either doesn't work or because of the side effects. And when I do take my medication, I am better at coping with overwhelm in general. Like I'm more on
Mm-hmm.
top of it. So, and when I'm not on it, I get a little bit more bogged down by everything.
Yeah. And so I guess by proxy, does it help with your misophonia, or is it pretty separate?
I think it just gives me the fortitude to deal with it more. Like it gives me the patience to
Yeah.
like withstand it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, ADHD is probably the most common overlapping condition with misophonia. Um, and so, yeah. And do they give you other, I don't know, other ways to, do they just give you the medication but are there other things that, um, other tools that they give you to kind of deal with it? Data, like, well, some days you might miss your medication, or sometimes you might need some extra support. I'm kind of curious if there are ways to think about it, or I don't know, exercises or whatever they could
Um,
give.
they were just mainly like medication focused,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. That was mainly like their job, and it definitely helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But they
Mm-hmm.
weren't really equipped
Yeah.
to give me other solutions, to be honest.
Gotcha. Yeah. 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 Interesting. Very cool. Yeah. So I mean, um, and then none of your friends have misophonia, right? It's kind of like focus group, kind of the.
Actually, funny about that. One of my
Yeah.
friends learned that they had misophonia and
Okay.
joined the focus group because she was reading the like what description of what I was looking for. And she's like, well, that sounds a lot like
Yeah.
me. So she kind of like learned through this project.
And did you know her quite a bit? But did you hang out a lot beforehand?
Yeah, we've known each other for about
A
10
long
years or
time.
something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm curious. Looking back, where do you guys think about moments when you were both kind of, you know, hiding it from each other almost, or both being triggered at the same time and just not,
Um,
expressing it?
well, I think back then our friend group was a bit smaller, like 10 years
Mm,
ago. And over the years, it's grown bigger and bigger. I think we're around 10 people now,
yeah,
if not more. So I don't think we were being triggered as much back then, but now we're definitely more aware of it. And we are
yeah,
definitely more aware of each other being triggered and being like, yeah, having a
yeah,
great time.
yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Well, it's good. I mean, that kind of self-awareness, like I don't know, humor kind of helps. So that is one coping method that does come up a lot. Um, and speaking of, yeah, growing groups, like as your as this comes out and it's going to be live for like 6 weeks, are you thinking of doing anything next? Whether it's just kind of like, I don't know, creating a group in Malta, or I don't know, ideas for other misophonia projects.
um, I mean, I haven't really thought about what happens next because I've just been so focused on this project. It's basically
And you
been
have a
like a
day
year.
job too, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I work full time.
yeah,
Like as a freelancer, I work around like 40 hours a week, even though it's a
yeah,
freelance position. So I've just been so focused on doing this project and like realizing it. I haven't really thought about what's next.
yeah.
Even though it isn't intended to be a film, I do intend to submit it to film festivals abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how the project is going to take on a life after the exhibition, at least. Um,
Nice.
but I haven't really thought about other misophonia related projects.
Yeah, yeah. And is there any way that I don't know, listeners here can help, other than if they're part of a film festival? But will there be I don't know, I guess, will there be a component? Will it be on Vimeo or something? Like, it was at some point, will there be like a way for others to kind of experience it?
Yeah, so like after it's done, the film festival circuit, which usually takes
Yeah.
around a year, I do intend
Okay.
to put it online. Yeah, it's a really long time, and it's such a bummer. I know that people have to, like the general public,
Yeah.
have to wait a whole year to see something, because
Well,
certain
unless
film
it's
festival
near us. Yeah.
regulations.
Unless they, right, right, right.
Yeah,
They get,
so
or
catch
it
it
must
at
be
a
like
film
an
festival near
embargo.
you.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Well, hopefully I'll get it. Have you submitted it? Yeah. You said you're going to submit it. You haven't submitted yet, right? Or
I submitted it to one film
okay.
festival yet, but I'm talking with a distributor, and I just need to finalize it with them so that they can take on the distribution.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, do you have connections like that you can find a distributor that does that, or are there a lot of smaller distributors that kind of specialize in the kind of work you're doing that's kind
Yeah,
of
I mean,
niche?
there are definitely like dedicated
Yeah.
animation short film distributors who will submit it to festivals on your behalf.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think most people listening will be yeah will look out for this because yeah like I said there are Misophonia short films. They haven't made it near me yet, so I'm hoping somewhere here in Minnesota, yeah, we'll be able to experience that. And now I know that it's gonna be all triggers, and I'll be
Yeah,
mentally prepared.
so if you do have misophonia, maybe don't go watch it or take earplugs because it is a bit brutal, to be
Or just
honest.
to know what you're getting into. So how long is it, by the way? I'm just kind of curious how
It's
long.
only 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So at least you don't have to like brace yourself like 30 minutes of triggers. It's only 3 minutes.
Yeah. 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 Very cool. Okay. No, that sounds fascinating. I mean, yeah, Michelle, I mean, is there anything else you wanna share with us or plug? We'll have links to all this stuff, as much as is available, in the show notes so people can at least kind of share, and hopefully I'll get around to my friends of friends of friends who might be in Malta to get them to see your work. Yeah, anything else you wanna share?
So the exhibition is going to be open from the 27th of November to the 11th of January.
Okay.
And you can also buy one or several of the Risograph prints that went into making this project on my coffee.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Okay.
or you can see more behind the scenes of what went into the project on my Instagram at Funeral Biscuit.
Okay. And is there I'm assuming there's a link to your My Coffee through your Instagram so people can find it. I'll put links anyways
That's a
to all
good
this
point.
stuff.
It's very new, so I think I still haven't linked
Okay.
it on my
Okay.
Instagram. I need to go do that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, yeah. If you can, yeah. Sometime before this goes live, which will probably be. You know what? Actually, so this is going live on. This is your show is going on the 27th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just next week. So yeah, I was planning to do an episode this week, and then I think maybe right before your show goes live, we can have this episode up. That'll be right before Thanksgiving over here, and it's always good to have a new show out before Thanksgiving because people are trying to avoid listening to their families eat dinner. But that's perfect timing. Yeah, we'll put this live then. I'd love to get links, and I'll put them in the show notes. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck and here and then at the film festivals, and I hope to see it soon.
Fantastic. Thank you so
And
much.
I am just very grateful that artists are picking up on misophonia and trying to express it in a way that resonates with them, and then like you're doing with a focus group, resonates with people in the community. So I think it's really important to get out and have people kind of viscerally understand it.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Thanks again, Michelle. So excited for this show, and looking forward to hearing more about it and seeing this work at film festivals. If you like this episode, don't forget to leave a quick review or just hit the 5 stars wherever you listen to this podcast. You can hit me up by email at hello@misophoniapodcast.com or go to the website, misophoniapodcast.com. It's even easier to send a message on Instagram or Facebook at Misophonia Podcast, and on X it's Misophonia Show. Theme music, as always, is by Moby. And until next week, wishing you peace and quiet.